Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Bunny Recaps. Today we are going to see a 2021 released thriller movie called Sandeep Aur Pinky Ferrer. The film opens on a highway at the midnight, where a group of three friends are traveling in a car. They were inebriated and their rash driving is creating a nuisance to other travelers on the road. On their way, they see cops checking vehicles. And in the next second, while we are left to wonder about the reason for the firing. The title of the film, Sandeep Aur Pinky Ferrer, is shown. The story moves to a few hours before the shooting event. Sandy is a well-educated, successful, rich banker. She is in relationship with her boss, Phil. Another lead character, Pinky, is recently suspended from police service. He is sent by Phil to fetch her and handovers a handwritten note from Phil to her. Sandy goes with Pinky. He is connected on the call with his boss, Theo, who is assigned the task of fetching Sandy. As per the order given by Phil, Theo is a special squad police officer who is motivated by greed. He lured Pinky by promising his job back. Pinky gives information about his location now and then that irks Sandy. She asks him to cut off the call. Meanwhile, a group of inebriated friends who are shot down to death in the opening scene is seen driving past them, hooting at Pinky. He gets irritated and shouts back at them. His boss Theo asks for the vehicle number he is driving in. He gives out the number of the boys' vehicle instead of his to scare the boys, as they would be escorted by the police, who are waiting for Pinky and Sandy. He stops his car a few feet behind to watch the boys getting scared, but in a turn of events, they were shot down. Pinky and Sandy got scared, as it is them who would be shot down if he had given the correct vehicle number. He takes her off-road from the highway and slaps Sandy for putting his life in danger. She tells him that she is pregnant and asks him to leave her alone. Pinky learns from her that she was waiting for Phil, her boyfriend boss, in the pub. Pinky tells her that it must be him who has plotted to kill them. They plan to go to the party that her friend, who is a journalist, had invited Sandy to hide out from the gang who is hunting them. At the party, Sandy excuses herself and goes to the restroom to have a look at her phone to process what is happening to her. She finds her social media accounts blocked. Meanwhile, Pinky calls his boss Theo and expresses his disappointment. Theo asks him to not get emotional and convinces him to kill Sandy. At that time, Theo and his team are alerted of their location due to Sandy's attempt to log into the social media accounts. Pinky gets to know of his next move and alerts Sandy and left her at the party for her recklessness. Sandy requests him to help her. In return, she promises him to offer money as much as he wants. Pinky takes her to a nearby ATM. There she finds her account being frozen. Dejected, Pinky, in order to save his life, gives into the plan of killing her and takes her to a secluded place. Ignorant Sandy, in the belief that he is trying to help her, accompanies him. On reaching the place, he caught her by the neck and tries to suffocate her to death. Tears ran out of her eyes, fighting for a chance to live. At one point, Pinky gets dejected and leaves her. Sandy is struggling to get a breath. She worries for her baby's well-being, pleads him to save her baby. He takes her to an unauthorized scanning center nearby. She is relieved to know that the baby is alive. They leave from there. Pinky leaves her and is waiting for the train. Sandy approaches him and requests to take her to the place he is heading to. She assures him, though her account has been frozen, the belongings that she is having right now with her, from the watch and the bag to her dress, are worth a few thousand. Once she is safe, she promises him to offer $1 million in cash. Pinky agrees and takes her with him. Sandy gets a hard time traveling on the train due to the atmosphere that she has never been in her life before. She is new to an overcrowded, not so clean, loud train travels. Pinky sells Sandy's belongings in a store and gets some money. There, an elderly lady ran past her and asks her to keep her bag till she returns. Sandy looks at the money kept in the bag, but she doesn't take it. She waits until the lady returns and cries to her that she doesn't have a place to stay and she is with her husband in the city. Pinky gets annoyed for introducing him as her husband, but plays along to get a place to reside till they plan their escape from the country. The elderly woman moved and requests her husband to take them as paying guests. The man asks about their details and proof of their identity. Sandy gives her bank card and Pinky his police identity card. The lady, on taking notice of Sandy's card, tells that it is the same bank they are having an account at He agrees to take them as paying guests. Pinky is looking out for a middleman who can afford them an illegal passport, as getting through the legal proceedings would be a hectic process while on run. He learned about the shop that involves in such illegal activities. To the shopkeeper, he asks about common things. The shopkeeper gets a hint of his intention. But Pinky doesn't ask anything outright. He makes a bond with the shopkeeper's son by the common liking of a film star. One day, the shopkeeper along with his son came to invite the man to his son's wedding. They joined them in breakfast. The shopkeeper, knowing the intention of Pinky, asks him to visit the shop sometime. The old man tells her that he had deposited his life savings in her bank in a scheme, but now he is not able to withdraw the money, and added that on inquiring it to the bank manager, he is inattentive on the issue. The man is visibly saddened and asks if Sandy can do anything about this. Sandy is quick to reply that she can't do anything. Pinky is not happy with Sandy's attitude. He tells her that at first she came running to him for help, but now she has made him play the role of puppet husband. He further adds how she might have blackmailed her boss with the baby. Sandy got furious and tells him that it is not because of the baby they are after her. She tells him that she has saved her bank from drowning in the loss by collecting billions and billions of money through a fraudulent scheme that promises false high returns and loan emergency. The scheme that the man had lost his money is her brainchild, and he is never going to get that money back. Pinky is saddened on hearing about the scam. He says that for riches like Sandy, poor people are nothing more than a number. They get to do whatever they want. And on the other hand, poor people are paying price for it. He left the place in disappointment. Sandy is sitting alone, looking at the lake flowing before her. She thinks about her past. The scene moves to a conversation between Sandy and Phil. Sandy was asking for resignation and tells him that they both were responsible for the scam. If she continued working for the bank, she would be the sole bearer of the blame. She asked him to settle the money as per their contract. Later she learns that Phil had never signed the document. She got enraged and threatens to expose the scam. Sandy asks the man about the scheme he has invested in and agrees to come with him to meet with the manager. Pinky watches her in confusion, because if she helped the man, it would make her location known to the team. The next morning, Pinky meets the shopkeeper and asks him to arrange a passport for him. The shopkeeper in confusion asks whether he needs a passport for both Pinky and Sandy or Pinky alone. Pinky asks him to arrange only for his passport. Meanwhile, Sandy and the man meets the manager, who refuses to close the account. Sandy, being a professional with thorough knowledge of her field, points out the clause that allows the depositor to withdraw the money. The manager is astonished by her approach. Sandy asks the man to wait outside and makes a deal with the manager. She asks him to close the account of the man, and in return, she promises him some sort of money. He agrees to the deal. The scene moves to the wedding night of the shopkeeper's son. Sandy plans to steal money from her bank by using the public Wi-Fi available at the party. She uses the manager's account to access. She then asks him to log a complaint that his system has been hacked so that he might not be suspected. She successfully completed the transfer. The party is in full swing. Sandy and Pinky dance there. The next day, Pinky is preparing for his escape, and Sandy is in the belief that he would take her along with him. On that night, Sandy went to hand over the money that she has promised to the manager. Pinky drops her at the bank and asks her to go home if she cannot find him on return. Sandy is confused, but she brushes it off and went to meet the manager. Pinky and Sandy part their ways. The shopkeeper asks him to come to the spot from where they planned his commute. In a turn of events, the shopkeeper revealed their whereabouts and is waiting with the team to catch Sandy and Pinky once they reach there. The team doesn't know that Pinky is not going to bring Sandy with him. Meanwhile, Sandy went to the bank and gives the money to the manager, but he misbehaves with her and tells that he knows who she is. He has locked the door and is keeping the keys with him. He tries to molest her. Sandy fights him with her full strength, due to which she suffers a miscarriage. Pinky gets disheartened for leaving Sandy all alone and went back to fetch her. He finds her on the road half conscious. She tells him that she had failed. Pinky notes blood on her garment. Sandy fell unconscious. With the help of the shopkeeper's son, he takes Sandy to a place and cleans her wounds all by himself and cremates the fetus. When Sandy gains consciousness, she learns that her baby is gone. She gets disheartened. She wailed a long cry and yearns for her baby. The team inquires whereabouts of Sandy at the party hall. They were informed about the residence of Sandy and Pinky. The scene moves to an elderly couple's home. A crowd gathered around their house. Theo is speaking with Phil over a call. Phil is anxious to keep the scam from being exposed. Theo assures that the state police were given a different story to catch them. Theo is seen threatening the man. The scene again moves to Sandy and Pinky. Sandy gradually recovers her health. The shopkeeper's son, who adores Pinky dearly, arrives and tells them that they can escape in the truck that is going to be used in his wedding procession, as it would not draw any suspicion from the police. Before leaving the city, Sandy decides to hand over the money to the elderly man. He is reluctant to talk with her. Sandy convinces him that the money would be of immense help to his wife's surgery. The man got furious for causing disgrace to his honor by bringing police into his home. Sandy throws money on the ground and leaves the place. The next morning, Sandy and Pinky makes their commute in the truck that is used in the wedding procession. The boy informs them their plan is squealed out, and police are checking every vehicle that passes by. As a last ditch, Pinky is trying to make a deal with Theo to let Sandy cross the border. He promises $1 million as a favor. Theo mocks him that the girl is already equivalent to dead meat. Pinky retorts that he would be in the same position soon if they cross the border successfully. The team is waiting for the truck at the end of the bridge with guns loaded. They set their men all over the city, leaving no stones unturned and catching them. Midst a tense-filled atmosphere, Sandy is keeping her calm. She asks him to proceed with the plan. She expresses that she is not coming with him and makes up her mind to surrender to the local police. Pinky accepts it and tells that if she comes with him, she will become one among many. And that is not who she is. Before parting their way, they share an emotional moment and bid adieu to each other. Pinky decides to escape by disguising himself as a woman. He came out of the truck all decked up, wearing a pink dress, the color that is always associated with women and considered unmanly for a man to wear. He mingles with the procession and starts dancing. The truck reaches the bridge. The dance for life begins. Pinky successfully crossed a bridge without anyone taking notice of his disguise. On the other hand, Sandy walks through the market road to surrender to the local police. If the team gets hold of her, she would be shot to death at sight. The tents raising. One of the members of the team finds Sandy walking down the street, but she doesn't alert others and let her go. The story moves past a few months. Sandy is in prison, but she is exuberant, not regretting her condition, as she found her liberation by stopping to run for life, therein losing her identity. She embraces truth, and that sets her free. Her journalist friend has arrived to meet her. Sandy is delighted to meet her and learns from her that Phil is held accountable for various crimes and is in prison now, waiting for the trial to begin. The journalist gives her a post that she had received to hand over to Sandy. It consists of pictures of dancing children and a poster of the dance academy. She learns that it must be from Pinky, who might have opened a dance school, and is settled happily with the money that Sandy offered. Sandy feels happy for him. She is more contented with life than ever before. The story ends there. Personally, I like the characterization of Pinky because he is a kind-hearted man. He doesn't give in to kill Sandy, treats her with dignity, and accompanied her till the end. Let us know in the comment section the character that you liked most. Thanks for subscribing to us. We will try to upload more videos frequently. If you enjoy this video, please like and share your priceless comments. It will help us reach to other movie lovers. And do subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.